Just like the ones I used to know.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring except me and my spouse. Credit card bills were stacked by the chimney with care, and I was assembling toys, trying to make it look like St. Nicholas had been there.
Honey, have you seen my Phillips head?
Whose head, dear?
My Phillips head.
Philip who?
I'm lying. Did you remember to transfer the Visa balance to the American Express card?
Yep, and I paid the Macy's card with the Visa before I did that.
I love those low introductory rates. They're like a gift from God. You spent $100 on Chuck? He's my brother-in-law. Where'd you get him? Another one of those hideous sweaters?
Hey, he likes those sweaters we give him.
Have you ever seen him wearing one?
Yes, there was that one time.
That's what I thought. Wasn't the introductory rate on the MasterCard due to jump to 22% on December 5th?
I don't think so.
It did jump. We now owe 22% on almost $8,000.
Dear, you didn't tell me to transfer that one.
So much for a gift from God. Did you get Kyle's Xbox wrapped?
Yep, it's in the attic.
And Misty's Rock Band game?
Yep, that's in the attic too.
The children were lying restless in their beds, while visions of video games danced in their heads. I cursed the assembling instructions, understanding not a word, while in the kitchen, Ma toiled, stuffing the bird.
Who writes these instructions anyway?
Oh, I don't know if you're an engineer.
Listen to this. Insert the fork facing the insert slot on the axle to the tip of the fork, so the shaft is firmly on top of the slot?
That's nice, dear.
That's not nice. That's stupid.
Yes, it is, dear. By the way, Marlene called and she said they're going to be here at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
It's Christmas. Why do we have to spend it with them? It's supposed to be about spending time with people we love.
I know, but in church we're learning that we need to give the gift of presents, and she's your sister.
Now I guess I've got to go listen to Chuck go on and on about his real estate.
You know, even in this downturn, I'm still getting an ROI of more than 12%.
That's it. And don't forget about the terror twins. We're going to put the cats in custody.
It's not that bad. It's just for one day. We can handle one day.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang to the window to see what was the matter. I peeked through the blinds, careful not to be seen. I thought maybe the vandals had returned to the scene.
What was that?
What was what, dear?
That noise out in the yard.
Oh, I'm sure it was just the wind, dear.
That wasn't the wind. There's somebody outside.
Yes, dear.
You see, 2 nights before my lights they did take, and my 8-foot Santa they threw in the lake. Don't they know what this season's all about? I would have won the lighting contest, no doubt.
What are you doing?
I'll bet it was that preacher that lives over on Maple Street.
Pastor Murray?
I see the way he looks at my decorations when he walks out with Wiener Dog every morning.
Now, why would we want to do that?
Jealousy!
I put on my jacket, still watching the yard, hoping to catch those punks all off guard.
Be ready to call 911.
I said to my wife, ready to pounce on the first sign of life.
Isn't this a bit much, dear? I mean, after all, it's Christmas Eve.
No, he's not going to get away with it. Doesn't the spirit of Christmas mean anything anymore? What did Santa ever do to him? There, do you hear that?
Fine.
Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but someone lurking behind the plastic remains of my reindeer. He was looking over Dasher and Dancer and the antlers of Vixen, but there was nothing left of Comet, Cupid, Donner, or Blitzen.
There he is!
There who is?
The guy who stole my lights and trashed my reindeer.
Where? I don't see anyone.
Right there, by the antlers.
Are you sure that's him? I mean, honey, why would he want to come back?
Because he thinks we're an easy mark. I'll give him a mark.
Dear.
Oh, no.
With an umbrella?
You! Drop the reindeer and back away slowly.
Watching him closely, I stepped out the door. Then I spoke to the stranger.
I see you've returned to do more.
His clothes were all threadbare from his head to his feet, but his eyes shone like jewels, and their gaze I couldn't meet.
I was just surveying the damage that was done. They didn't ruin it all. They missed that little one.
He motioned to my little manger scene, the small set I got from Great Aunt Janine.
That one right there, that one's my favorite.
He wasn't going to win any contest, but Rudolph was a potential champion.
The man was shaking as he spoke. The wind must have blown right through his coat.
I love to gaze on that child whenever I can. And I remember that he was God, became man. He was hidden in the stable that night. He was hidden from harm, safe out of sight. As he grew, he reached out to a world of pain. But on deaf ears his words fell, his efforts seemed to be in vain. No longer safe in his manger, the world was hostile, and he walked into danger. He was betrayed, and he was taken by force. But he never fought back. This was part of his course. Soldiers whipped him, and they beat him with glee, and they hung him to die on a tree.
The old man shivered and trembled and shook. Then he told me.
When he died, our sins he took. But then he rose again on the third day. His life he lived to show us the way.
Then the old man's spirit did lift. He said with a smile,
And that was the greatest Christmas gift.
I had heard the story. I almost knew it by heart. But this old man had set it apart. He was such a ragged and poor soul of a man, but so full of joy he helped me to understand the meaning of Christmas as God wanted it to be. The story of love sacrifice so we could be free. Free to live in love, free to give, even in lack. As this man had given, I wanted to give back.
Burns. Freezing.
You look like you can use a coat. Here. Mine.
The night was cold and the wind made a racket. Then I removed and gave him my jacket. Humbly he took it and put it on with a smile. Then we asked,
Would you like to come in for a while? Made some hot apple cider and some fresh cookies?
He thanked us for the offer, but kindly refused.
I have many people to see before this night is through.
I looked down for a moment, then he vanished from sight. But I heard his voice ring through the night.
Remember Christ. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.